Hi, it's me. I'm back. Oh, I forgot if you watched the last video on the tutorial that I made, the creating a table of contents in Word. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Catherine Dumas, your instructor. For those of you online, for those of you in my blended course that may want to watch this, I already know you, but yeah, I forgot to introduce myself, but I'm introducing myself now. And I wanted to just go over a couple things. So I did create a table of contents tutorial and it's up on Blackboard, but I wanted to go over um, for your final. Uh, okay, some examples of writing for your final paper, which I put up. And for your draft, I would like you guys to write as much as you can. Um, here is the here's an example. This is a literature review I wrote actually for my dissertation. Part of it. It's going to be. This is a cover letter. I did this in Word, and I created the table of contents here. So you see the numbering. You've got this is your heading. This is heading 1. This is heading 2. So this is, I did a tutorial on how to do that. But what I want to show you here is I would like you guys to include images, some visuals in your paper. So images, tables, charts, that kind of thing. And I'm just scrolling down to a figure that I created. Okay, so I created this figure and it's a directed graph and an undirected graph. And so I label it figure 1 and then I give a description of what it is, right? So what I would like you to do is before you put in your image, make sure you put your image in, but make sure you introduce what the figure before it in some text before it. So here you see graphs can be directed and undirected depending on whether the set of nodes connected by edges have a direction associated with them. See figure 1, and then boom, there's figure 1. Okay, so you want to introduce your figures, tables, any of your images before. So all of your images or charts, they will be called figures. If you have a table, it'll be called a table. So if you create a table, yeah, if you create a table, it will be called a table, and they will be numbered. So figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 throughout your paper, and the same thing with tables. Okay. Yeah. So I did not have to cite these figures because I created them. So let me show you. This is a paper from one of my students, I think last semester, their final paper. So here we go. So they have, so I do like you to have something in the header, like your last name and your page numbers. They did a cover page with the title, that's fine. And then they have the table of contents, and this is cool. It goes like, brings you right to where you want to go, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so let's see what they did with images. All right, perfect. Here we go. So here's an image, and so the student introduces the image before the image, and it's figure 2, shows the rates of inflation versus cable prices, and then boom, there's the image, and then underneath figure 2, and then there's a description. This is where the image came from. So you can put the URL for the image, that's fine. You can also, if this image came from a paper, you could use, and then say it was my paper, you could use Dumas et al. 2015, and that's fine. Okay, so either URL or cite the author of the paper that you got the image from. Okay, so so basically what this does is when you include images and tables and charts, it makes it very visually appealing for the reader and interesting for the reader, right? So that along with the headings and the subheadings um, just makes the experience better for the reader. And I keep saying this, you know, the last thing you want to see is just a wall of text. Nobody will even read it. I mean, they have to read it. It's going to be painful, and you don't want to do that. So how does this translate into the real world for you? Anything you're going to be writing, and I know we're in the technology fields, there will be writing, and you can't get away from it. But what you want to do is you want to make sure whatever you write is visibly appealing, okay? That it's engaging, and that's why we put images and the visuals and the headings, because you want people to be interested in it, what you wrote, and you want them to read it. Okay, so I think that's probably all I want to talk about for this, and those references. Okay, so, oh, sorry, wait, one more thing. There's a rubric. I have the rubric up on Blackboard. Yep, doesn't want to go back. Okay, so the rubric is here, but it's also, I put it right in your assignment where you're going to submit your draft. Okay, so here we have organization. This is where your subheadings and subheadings come into play, and this is just basically how is your structure of your paper. And the headings and the subheadings really help with that. Quality of information. So this is where you're going to include your sources, your outside sources that are going to support your arguments, okay, your thesis. Mechanics. So use spell check and just go over it and go over it a couple times. Grammar. If English is not your native language, there's this tool online, or even if it is, I mean, this tool is pretty cool. It's free. You can get the free version, and it's just software that helps you. It's better than the Word spell check because it looks more at grammar too. You know, I know Word does a little bit with grammar, but so this is Grammarly.com, and it's free. There is a paid version, but you can use the free one. It's fine. So you can use that. That would work. And okay, presentation of information. So this is where I was just showing you with the images and charts and the graphics and the tables. So this will be throughout your paper. And this is also where you get points for having the table of contents. Sources, all sources should be, this should be APA style. I don't have that on here, but you've been writing APA style all semester. That's what I want. And so there will be in-text citations. This is where you're quoting or paraphrasing, and then you're going to put the author's name and the year. And if it's a quote, you put the page number along with that. And then also you have your reference list at the end of the paper. Okay. So this, I think that's it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading your drafts. The online class, your drafts are due on the 22nd, and this is my blended class. They're due on the 25th. Online, you're a little bit ahead in this. Oops. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about. And if you have any questions, just email me. But I'm looking forward to reading your drafts. Write as much as possible so you can get, so I can give you, you know, as much feedback as I can. Okay? So that's it. Okay. Have a good week.